Good afternoon and welcome to All Indiana Bets. I'm Danielle McConnell. We have a full slate of NFL games, and hey, I'm just a girl sitting here making sure all debts are cashed in today.
My name is Jason Hammer. I don't love the board today, and I don't love the fact that I lost a bet to Danielle last weekend. So I've got some sort of punishment coming up later on. Let's make some money today.
Hey, I'm Scott Long, and what are we doing today? Well, we're going to bet, we're going to booze, we're going to do burgers. We are going to B it up because this is a B-level show, and All Indiana Bets happens now.
This is All Indiana Bets, presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. We are all Caesars.
And I'm going to talk about it all show. You lost. To me.
I've got a great record this year. I feel like I've been
Not
making
today.
people money, but head-to-head against Danielle, I'm 0-1.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. I got a nice surprise for you, too. You're not expecting it.
Okay, bring it on.
Hopefully the Colts have a nice surprise.
Yeah, right.
Because who are we playing today? Well, I'm saying we because I'm back on the Colts bandwagon, just like everybody else. You know, remember? No, so I look at today as this is Tennessee. Tennessee owns the Colts the last 2 years. Basically, the Colts are trying to beat Tennessee. That's where the Colts want to be, and today, Danielle is going to get us set up for what we're going to talk about.
Exactly. So let's get started. As we have talked about, the battle for first place in the AFC South between the Indianapolis Colts and Tennessee Titans. Heading into today's game, the Colts are a slight betting favorite to win the South at plus 120. Titans are a plus 160, and the Jaguars are still clinging on to life at a plus 370. Scott, you liked the Jags at the beginning of this year. Do you still see value in Jacksonville?
I don't really see value in any of these three at this point. I saw value when Jags were plus 600 or when I got them at plus 700 at the start of the year. No, they're looking up all of a sudden at the AFC South. If you look at their just base stats, they look like a team that would be 4-2 or 5-1, but they're not. They're sitting looking up at the Titans, looking up the Colts. I wouldn't play any of these personally. There's plenty of other ways to bet on the AFC South. That would be one. Stay away from me.
Yeah, the juice isn't there for any of these teams, really, because you can eliminate the Texans because they stink. There's still a little bit of value there with Jacksonville, but it's not what it once was. And when you look at the Colts and when you look at the Titans, both of them have pretty tough schedules coming up. The Colts' December is brutal, and the Titans, they're playing with a first-place schedule. So you're still looking at a couple big games they have to play, and a lot of those big games are on the road.
Right.
So I'm with you. No value there to play. If I have to pick somebody, I'm picking the Titans.
No.
All right, as for today's showdown between the Colts and the Titans, Tennessee is a 2.5-point home favorite. The over-under set at 42. We'll give you our picks for that game in just a minute, but first, let's head down to Nashville and check in with Angela Morian at the kickoff. Good morning and welcome to All Indiana Bets. I'm Danielle McConnell. Today is all about college football. We will break down every... Hey, you can't get enough of me.
How did you do that?
I love it. More of me today. It's because I won against you.
It is. And we'll get to Angela here in just a little bit. She is down in Nashville.
That would be less of Morian.
Here he goes. He's here all day, folks.
So let's get down to the nitty-gritty here.
Yes.
What do we feel about this game today? Because it feels like all week long, Colts fans, all right, we're back. We scored points. And maybe I'm the Lone Ranger over here because I am a Colts fan, but I'm looking at a team that needed a last-second touchdown drive to beat the Jags at home. So before maybe we start, crapping out snowballs here, maybe we pump the brakes a little bit on that big celebration of offensive firepower that we saw last week.
I keep looking at the offensive line, and it's pretty remarkable that pass blocking happened last week. It was It was amazing.
Where's Al Michaels? Do you believe in miracles?
I know.
Yes.
But a lot of it had to do with short passes, which I've not understood why the Colts haven't played that style since Rivers left. Rivers demanded it. Appears like Ryan all of a sudden did too. Now Taylor's back. can they run the ball? Because if you look at the grades on the running, the PFF running grades for all the offensive linemen, they are lousy, including Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson is playing at an all-pro level as a pass blocker, but he's been horrible as a run blocker. And then you've got the defensive tackles, which are kind of the strength of the Titans defense. Can you run? I don't know, but there's a lot of problems in the back end if the Colts continue this quick passing scheme, and finally the Colts have a deep threat. His name is Pierce, and he might save Ballard's job because there is his next great second-round draft pick. Don't give Ballard any first-round picks. He doesn't know what to do with those. But the second round, I gotta say, he is crushing on those. I like the Colts. The Colts have covered 9 of the last 10 times as an underdog on the road. They are a better road team. So have I been on the Colts bandwagon this year? I really haven't, but I like them in this spot. I feel like the Titans are not the team that they were. Go with the Colts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hammer, you are 12-7 on NFL picks over the last 4 weeks.
We'll take it. It's a winning
Okay.
record.
That's a
Exactly.
winning
record. We'll
I'll
take that.
it. What is your first pick?
So I'm going to look at this Colts and Titans game here, and again, I liked what I saw last week with the Colts, but let's pump the brakes here just a little bit. Here's what we know about Frank Reich teams. They come out of the gate slow. I think we all remember what happened a couple weeks ago when the Titans came in here, and before most people had a chance to go to the bathroom or grab the first beer, the Colts were down 2 touchdowns. It's been habitual with this team. They come out of the gate slow, and now you've got a Titans team that's coming off of a bye. You know what Mike Vrabel is coming off of a bye? 4-0 with the Titans. They've got the coaching advantage. I think they've got the rest. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. I don't know what happens at the end of the game. It could go either way, but I like Tennessee to get out to a fast start, so I'll lay 1.5 with the Titans in the first half.
Okay, if you want to keep up with all the picks these boys are making, there is a QR code over Mr. Long's head right there.
Boom.
Make sure you scan it and you can keep up with all the picks. Hey, time for a break, but coming up next, the king of props, Jason Allen Hammer, will give you the player props he likes for the Colts versus Titans. Plus, we've got plenty of picks for the rest of the NFL slate. Stay tuned. This is All Indiana Bets.
All Indiana Bets is presented for the people by Caesar Sportsbook, the only sports betting app you need.
Welcome back. Well, hopefully you paid attention to Mr. Jason Allen Hammer when he told you to take over on Matt Ryan's passing total last week. But if you didn't, listen up, because this prop picking machine is about to give you another pick. Take it away.
We're doing it again. We're doing it again because you heard Scott earlier. The short passing game has been working for the Colts. So why would they stop it, right? Tennessee, despite what we saw a couple weeks ago when they came into Indianapolis, has one of the worst defenses in the NFL. They stink against the pass. They stink against the run. Feels like the Colts have been the only team that hasn't been able to figure that out somehow. So Matt Ryan's over-under on passing yards today is 249.5. As Smokey's mom says in the movie Friday, that's not enough. We're going to make it enough today. We're going to go over 249.5. It's one of those games where I think if you get 2-minute offense, Matt Ryan, you get one of the best quarterbacks in the league. If the Colts do it the right way today and they allow Matt Ryan to kind of West Coast his way down the field and also utilize the backs out of the backfield, catching some screen passes, hitting them in some little areas right out of the slot, I like this. We're going to go over 249.5 today with Matt Ryan.
All right, you guys better listen to him. Mr. Long, second pick.
So we were just talking about the AFC South and who has to win against the Titans and the Colts. But there is one more team on that list, and it is the Jags. And the Jags have a seriously vital game for them to stay in the playoff race. And they're playing the 5-1 New York Giants. Who had that one this year? Because I don't know who you are. I know there's not any Giants that actually knew that. Their defense has been running really well. They kind of took away Wink Martindale from the Ravens. The Ravens kind of kicked him to the curb. The Ravens can't close out games. All of a sudden, the Giants are amazing in the fourth quarter. They don't give up touchdowns. So my concern all year with the Jags is they can't finish games. The Giants finish games. I love the Jags first half. It's a 3-point spread, so it's not really much different as a game versus first or second half. I love the Jags for that first half. I don't believe the Giants are a 6-1 team, but I definitely don't think they're the kind of team that can take advantage of this situation in Jacksonville. Go with the Jags first half, and then just take it easy.
All right, Hammer, who do you have?
What if I don't want to take it easy, Scott? What if I want the heat? What if I want to bring all the smoke to my world? Because I want the full game here. I want the Jags -3 for the full game. Scott made a lot of good points. This is a good time to fade the Giants. Everybody's in love with the Giants. The Giants can run the football. But guess what Jacksonville's pretty good at? Stopping the run. So you're going to tell me you've got all the faith in the world and Danny Dimes going on the road and beating somebody? I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't know if the Giants can get that running game going down in Duval County. So I will take the Jags here. This is a good spot, not because I'm in love with the Jags. It's a tough spot for the Giants going on the road. I will play the full game. Scott's got the first half. I'm in it to win it all the way through. Give me the Jags minus the field goal.
All right, time for another break. Scott, put your glasses on and tell the people what is coming up next.
Superman's going into the phone booth here. Here we go.
I am so excited. This is the best part of the show. It's called The Long Shot. It's for the people. Just, I don't know, run to the bathroom quickly. Get back. Here we go.
You don't want to miss it.
The Long Shot, presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook.
Guys, I'm not sure if you know this, but we are celebrating a very special anniversary on All Indiana Bets today. That's because 1 year ago this weekend, the famous long shot winning streak began. Since October of last year, Scott's NFL long shots are 15-4. That
15-4
deserves a slow clap.
I want to apologize first, though, because it was 15-1 at one point. So,
But you know what? This is an
still
amazing
good.
run. Like, I can't believe people are allowed to go to work tomorrow and kids are going to school.
Right.
This should be one of those holidays that carries over into the next day.
well, I just will tell you right now, my kids will not be going to school. It's a celebration. We'll
is.
have a cake. So stay focused, kids. I know you don't like to watch Dad on TV, but this is the way you make your allowance money. On me only. Come on now. One single screen. I'm putting the glasses on. What's the game? Ooh, wait a minute. The Chiefs are only a 1-point favorite. It's been a long time since Patrick Mahomes has only been a 1-point favorite. What are we being told here? Well, what we're being told is that the Chiefs are not quite the same team that they were last year. There was a guy named Tyreek Hill who turned the field upside down, and they don't have that element anymore. Then you throw in that the Chiefs are following the most important regular season game of the year. It was a great game. Buffalo, who I don't think even played their best game, but still beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs have not been covering. And now you look at the 49ers. The 49ers, there is a thing called DVOA. I'm not going to get too analytical, but it's probably the best way to kind of determine how good a defense is. The 49ers are third. The Chiefs are 28th in the NFL. I love. This is probably my favorite bet so far this year. I love the Niners in this situation. And the Niners are not just happy being good and making the playoffs. They went out and got McCaffrey this week as well in a trade, and he's going to play today. So they'll have some screen packages for him. You got Debo Samuel and him and the tight end Kittle. That's an explosive offense to match the defense. You're looking at a Super Bowl team, and it's not the Chiefs.
And the first anniversary is the year of the paper, by the way. So if you want to get them any gifts.
Oh, wow. You could put it in paper. Green.
Right.
Money.
Money factory with the long shot.
Exactly. Hammer, who do you have for your third pick?
With all due respect to the representative from Iowa.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's not a long shot. It's a 1-point favorite. You want a long shot? I got a team getting almost a touchdown here. How about the Cleveland Football Browns? They're on the road taking on the Ravens. And we talked about this earlier. Scott mentioned it. The Ravens in the first 3 quarters, lights out. But something happens in that 4th quarter. I don't know what's going on with Lamar Jackson, but the 4th quarter has been a train wreck. They can't close things out. This is one of those divisional games where I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to come down to the 4th quarter. And if you've got a team getting nearly a touchdown here, you have to take a look at that. So again, I don't love this game. I don't necessarily even want to watch this game, but the Browns getting 6.5 is too many. Give me the Browns in this one just because the Ravens can't close anybody out.
Okay, I have to. Slim Shade Thrower over here is saying, oh, well, +1 or whatever. 15 of those 15 wins have won outright. Are you telling me that you need to put money on the Browns on the money line?
How have the last 3 been?
I'm looking at the.
Okay.
Okay, boys, let's head back to the bar. Let's give you some steam to blow off. Hey, it's time to give out our Lunazol locks. These are the plays Scott and Hammer feel best about today.
We get to drink tequila next?
What is that face? They're next on All
That's
Banana
almost a
Bets.
stop it face right there.
The Lunazol Lock is brought to you by Lunazol Tequila.
All right, it's time for our Lunazol locks. But first, I said at the beginning of the show, I'm just a girl here to make sure debts are paid today.
Oh, here we go.
And here we go. We made a little bet last week, Mr. Hammer and I, but here's what I thought, Hammer. You said just a shot.
Right.
Which that is winning. You do that every week. So I thought, Mr. Long, what does Jason complain about every week?
The same thing I do. Pumpkin spice.
Exactly.
Your love of this.
I don't know what's going on.
I got
here.
you a pumpkin spice latte shot to put in your tequila. You need to feel this loss.
Oh, really?
Yes. Pour it.
So I'm pouring this pumpkin spice
Take a little
crap.
shot of the tequila first. There you go. I mean, don't wreck the Lunazol totally. Okay. Oh, that. This looks worse than anything.
You
that's
need
ever-
to feel this loss and take it.
That looks like a cement mixer
Here we go.
Man.
in the fall.
So because your beloved Buffalo Bills beat
correct.
the Chiefs last week,
was a
I'm
great
now
game.
ruining this amazing Lunazol with your pumpkin spice whatever this
Sorry,
is.
I smell
Lunazol,
that,
but
by the
he
way?
has to feel this loss.
Oh God, no! Drink it right now. We've had this.
There
has
we
been,
go. Look, they even have a close-up for you.
The screen has had way too much of Hammer on it. We've lost major ratings already. Drink it up. Come on, people.
I hate everybody in this room.
How is it? Nope.
Not very good.
You still hate pumpkin
Not
spice?
very good.
Okay.
No. I love Lunazol, but
You know what would have been good with that?
That
Mountain
tasted
Dew. That's what's good with tequila.
Yeah, but
Hello.
I won, so
you know, I
I'm
need
not-
some. Give me something. Here we
There's
go.
some. Yeah, there's.
You got it?
Yes.
Start drinking that. Get
Please.
the taste out of your mouth. And we will go to
Tastes like sweat.
Scott's first Lunazol. While he recovers, you can go
Where
first.
is the rest of that pumpkin spice?
It's right
Let
here.
me just try a little sip of it.
There you go.
There you go.
It's delicious.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It's
it is.
really bad. I mean, it's like.
Right.
I feel like pumpkin's about 8th on the pie
Well,
chart. Of
Yeah.
a pie chart.
You need to feel the loss, boys, when
Let's
you
do
lose to
picks.
me.
I know we're not a.
Lunazol,
Wow.
Scott, go first.
Oh, now I can sober up on this one. So I like to kind of explain to people why I do certain things, and this one would be Seattle. Why would I take Seattle? They looked like the worst team in the NFL going into the regular season. And then that first game against Denver, they looked okay. And then Geno is the quarterback, looked like one of the worst draft picks maybe in the history of the Jets, which is a big history of bad draft picks. He's playing well. They have receivers. They have the running back Walker from Michigan State doing well. And they've got 2 rookie tackles, which are really playing. I love this spot for the Seahawks because the biggest reason the Chargers coach is way over his head. He's got one of the 3 or 4 most talented lineups in NFL football. And then what do you got? You got Pete Carroll, who is overachieving with this team. The Chargers are not a 4.5-point favorite on a Pete Carroll team. Go with the smart money. It's going to be a close field goal type game.
Okay, Mr. Pumpkin Spice, who do you have for your Lunazol locks?
Boy, let me take another drink of the Lunazol because I need to wash the taste of whatever that was you gave me out of my mouth.
You need to feel the
I couldn't
loss.
even hardly speak, and I think it gripped me.
Right.
That, oh God, that's awful.
I loved it.
Like, imagine looking at like Rex Ryan and wondering what he tastes like. That's the shot that you gave me right there. All right, so I'm going to keep it on the same game here.
Not that bad.
Because I like the Chargers in this one. And Scott laid out some great reasons. You're seeing a resurgence from Geno. You're seeing some play from rookies you didn't expect. But betting on Geno Smith week in and week out, it's kind of like having a pet grizzly bear, right? You might raise it up from the very beginning, and it might bottle feed, and you might be able to feed it out of your hand. But eventually, it's going to turn on you and maul you when you sleep. And that's what's going to happen when you bet on Geno Smith each and every week. Eventually, the real Geno is going to show up. There's a reason why this guy was in and out of the league for a number of years. There's a reason why he wasn't good enough to be on the Jets. Let that sink in for just a little bit. I'm not in love with the Chargers. Scott's right, their coach is a moron, but they've got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They got some guys that can get after the quarterback and put some pressure on. So I'm going to lay the points here. Give me the Chargers.
That's exciting, Danielle. I did not know we were on opposite sides.
Yep.
And I'm going to also offer Geno is 8-2 the last 10 against the spread. I'm bringing my own, like a rat poison.
Oh, here we go.
Look at this. I found this
What
in the
is
back
that?
room. That is, read it.
Jones Special Release Turkey and Gravy Soda.
We are going to guzzle one of these next week. I'm sure it's delicious, okay, Jones people? Thank you. I know you're not an official sponsor, but
Turkey and Gravy Soda.
I've had many good Jones sodas. This is not one. I can't wait to have Hammer drink this on the show next week after you lose with the Chargers.
He's a pro by this point, so.
It's got 0 calories in it.
Hey,
so
coming up
your turkey
next.
and gravy is perfect for your diet.
I'm going to ask you a theory. Do you think you should heat this up like gravy?
Oh.
Do you make it cold? You don't want cold gravy. Big mysteries next week. Tune us in Sunday.
Hey guys, keep joining us. Next we have a little game we like to call Prop, Lock, or Drop It.
I'm dropping that thing that you gave me.
No, you're
dropping that in the trash.
Time to play your favorite game. Many of them Indiana's finest. Time to play Prop, Lock, or Drop. Hammer 20-13 on NFL prop bets this season. You are truly the carrot top of NFL betting.
Well, thank you, my friend. And what I love about this segment is it's just you and I. So, like, our producers have said, hey, let's get rid of the most attractive person on the show for about 5 minutes and have you guys just drinking and talking on camera.
So here we go.
Let's do it.
Made total sense to me. First up, Ravens QB Lamar Jackson playing the Browns. Jackson's over-under for passing yards is set at 216.5. Do you lock? Do you drop?
You're looking at that number and you're thinking to yourself, that seems really low. But keep in mind, he's gone under that the last couple of weeks. But I think this is one of those games where I think you'll see points. I think it's going to be close. It's a division game. And let's be honest, Lamar Jackson hears what people are saying. He hears people saying that he can't close. He's not a fourth quarter quarterback. He's going to go over this total today. I think the Ravens are going to have to score 30 points or more to win this. I think you're going to get a pretty good effort from the Browns today. I like them with the points, but I also like Lamar Jackson locking over this number.
I like that one. I do like that one a lot. Next up, we've got Washington Commandos.
Commandos.
QB Carson Wentz. Wait a minute, it's not Carson Wentz anymore. Did you see him do that thing with his hand?
It's Mark Rippon. It's Doug Williams.
It's Taylor Heineke. Not even Joe Theismann.
No.
And his broken. He didn't do that with his leg.
No.
So he's filling in today. They're hosting the Green Bay Packers. Weird year for the Packers. Are they still on? The over-under for passing TDs for Tyler Heineke is 1.5. Do you lock? Do you drop?
As the Beastie Boys once said, drop! We're going to take this down low. He might throw one, but the way you beat the Green Bay Packers is you make Aaron Rodgers sit on the sideline. Washington can run the ball a little bit. And even if they do decide to go into a passing game, it's short passes. It's kind of a West Coast thing. Does anybody think Taylor Heineke is going to drop back from the pocket and throw 30-yard darts down the field and beat the Packers through the air? I don't think that's the recipe for beating those dudes. So we're going to go under. We're dropping it down low, under 1.5.
It's the time of the year, Hammer, where we start getting into backup quarterbacks.
Backup QB season. Better than pumpkin spice season. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Just when you think the NFL can't be worse on some of these offensive games, comes Brett Rippon. You brought up his dad, Mark Rippon from the Broncos. He gets the start against the Jets. But could he be that much worse than Russell Wilson's been this year? I don't know. The over-under in passing yards is 191.5. Do you lock? Do you drop?
Man, this was one of those games where if Russell Wilson was playing, I believed in the Broncos today. Because I just find it hard to believe that the Jets are going to go a full season by running the table, winning on the road. The Jets are unbeaten on the road this year, and they catch a break today. We're going to drop this down low. 191.5 is a little too much. If Russell Wilson was struggling in this offense, listen, he might have been a fraud. He may have been the beneficiary of having DK Metcalf catch a slant and run 60 yards to the house. But he's better than this. Yeah, this is way too many. We're going to drop this down low. Drop it down low, under.
I fade that one.
Okay.
I actually like Rippon because all those reasons you brought at the end. I do think Russell Wilson right now is a bit of a fraud. It's gotten exposed and he was playing hurt. The big game today, of course, is the 49ers, the Chiefs. We're talking 49ers quarterback, Jimmy G, ugly man, never could handle being next to the two of us. Passing yards set today, 248.5. Do you lock? Do you drop?
This is one of those games where you see, oh, wow, you got Patrick Mahomes on one side. You've got a lot of playmakers on the 49ers on the other side. There's Deebo Samuel. They just went out and picked up Christian McCaffrey, who we'll see a few plays today. But we're going under here. Again, same philosophy applies to the game we talked about earlier. The way to beat the Kansas City Chiefs is running it right down their throat, is moving the ball down the field methodically and keeping Patrick Mahomes sitting on the sideline. The 49ers can do that. The 49ers, yes, they've got some great skill guys, but they can punch you in the mouth as well. I like what they do, so we're going to drop this down under. I think if Jimmy Garoppolo has a big game, that means they've gone away from the running game. That means they've gone away from their tight ends. So if the 49ers want to win this game, it's got to be down low. Drop it.
So we come up next to the final picks.
Yes.
And the mid-pick, there she is. And we got food coming, so why would you leave and go anywhere else? The Colts don't start till 1. Let us get you ready for
Take some shots with us. We drink shots on the air.
Yes.
Like, I don't see any other TV show doing that in Indianapolis. Come on back, baby. This is how we get down right here on All Indiana Bets. Let's go.
Presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. Your first bet is on Caesars. Bet up to $1,250. And if you don't win, you'll get it back as a free bet. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and over.
Final pick time. Mr. Long, why don't you go first?
There is one team in the NFL that just cannot lose. Who would have thought this, Hammer? What is the team? The Atlanta Falcons. Who would have believed it? I call them the Air Force Falcons because they run the same offense. Mariota runs. They don't throw the ball much. Arthur Smith, weird name for a guy as a coach in football. He sounds more like, I don't know, an accountant.
You don't see a lot of Arthurs.
You don't still. But I'm about to sing the theme of Arthur if we had the rights to it because he is winning week after week. Plus 6.5. When are people going to catch up with how good the Falcons are? I've caught up on how the Bengals are. They're winning last minute in the games. 6.5, way too much. Take the Falcons.
They are a lean, mean covering machine.
They really
They're
are.
unbeaten this
Who
year
knew?
against the spread.
All right, Mr. Hammer, who do you have for your final pick?
So we talked about this in Prop Lock or Drop It, this Chiefs and 49ers game. If the 49ers are going to compete in this game, and I think they will, I think they got a great chance to win this game, it's going to have to be kind of a slugfest. They're going to have to run the ball right down the throats of the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think they can do that. San Francisco's physical. I like them a great deal. And this is a tough spot for the Chiefs. They're coming off that emotional game last week against the Bills where they lost at home. And now you're flying cross country to take on a team who's got a lot of optimism right now. They just made a big trade. They're all in for a Super Bowl run. So I don't think this is a high scoring game at all. I think this is a slugfest. And give me the under on this one. Under 49 for the Chiefs and the 49ers.
All right, it is time for yours truly, Mick. Might I tell you,
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that number right there.
I finally get it. Yes,
You got a
4-2.
little bubble thing.
I do.
That means you're rolling.
I
Our
am
first burst, and I got to figure this out because I have not been doing as well as you. The little, like, hey, it's my turn. I'm going to start doing that. I do not care. I need to make some money. Let's hear it,
Here
Danielle.
we go.
You're the expert.
So, Scott Long's Commandos, I like to call them the Commanders. They are +4 with the Packers. I think it's a theme of injuries and who is working through them and who is not. I am working through a toe injury today. But Aaron Rodgers, he's working through a thumb injury today. I think it is still going to affect his game today. Carson Wentz, he is not working through his ring finger? Was it his ring finger or his pinky? Ring finger injury. That means there's room for Heineke. I believe Heineke should have started all along.
There's always room for Heineke.
His dropback EPA was below average on the league last season, but you know what? It's better than what Carson Wentz has done all year. So take the Commanders +4. There's your Commandos, Mr. Long.
Can we talk about the injury that you're fighting through?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because during commercial breaks, her toe really is banged up.
Yeah.
She's walking around here like Kirk Gibson, like after he hit that walk-off for the Dodgers in the World Series.
That's
We've not let her go deep at all during
No.
the show. We're
No. She's our scrappy slot receiver today.
Yep, I'll work through it for you guys only. Hey, when we come back, producer Peter will join Hammer and Scott for a segment we like to call Don't Tease Me, Bro.
Wonderful.
He has yet to miss on a tease this season, and he's got another good one for you. So that's all coming up next. You gonna carry?
We are going to make so much money today, we're going to be above the law. That's the goal. We're going to be able to buy our way out of trouble. Scott Long, how do we do that?
Well, I can tell you right now, the Colts would be my 5th favorite pick here. We are a Indiana bets show. I got to pick the Colts if I'm going to take it. Jags, first half bet. That's where I'm at. Hammer likes the game because he smokes it up or some, I don't know what your analogy was, but I got high listening to it. The 49ers +1. That is my best bet. I love them today against the Chiefs. And a Christian comes to San Francisco. That does not sound
About
right.
time.
Seahawks +4.5. Yes. Falcons +6.5. They can't lose against the spread. Hammer, what do you got?
The Colts always come out flat. It's kind of a Frank Reich thing. That's how he gets down. So give me the Titans in the first half against the Colts. I like the Jags in this spot. The Jags are getting a field goal. This is a tough spot for the Giants going on the road. I like the Jags here. The Browns, give me the points. This is one of those division games that's going to be close, and I think it's going to come down to 1 or 2 possessions. I want the team getting nearly a touchdown. The Chargers, I'm going against Scott. I've got substantially better weapons. Give me the Chargers. I'll lay the points. And we're going under on the Chiefs and the 49ers here. Again, this is a tough spot for Kansas City, going cross country. And if the 49ers compete, it's because they're the more physical team. Those are our picks. And now, let's go to a man who's rolling with his teasers, our producer, Peter.
Is it Ross?
No, it's not Ross.
Oh, I was watching that other show.
No, it's not Ross. It's Peter. And Peter, you are rolling, my friend.
This is how many we've won. I don't know should I go further back?
That's the best you've ever looked, Peter.
Yeah. How about that? I'm going to do the whole segment like this. 5-0 on NFL teasers this season.
Are you teasing plus 12? What are you doing now?
Okay, first of all, let me just address this. Last week, Hammer said something, oh, you're adding 7 points. All of these teasers I'm giving out, they're parlays. You have to hit all of them. So all these teasers are plus money. So
But
you're
you
betting
still get a
$10 on
touchdown
these.
to play with.
Well, but you got to hit all 3, though. All those bets on your board right now, they're all minus. These are plus money. You want to make more money, do this teaser right here. Colts plus 9.5 against the Titans. I'm just going to say it. I think the Titans are frauds. They've been outgained by 100-plus yards in their last 2 games, one of which came against the Colts. They're toward the bottom of the league in yards per play and yards per play against. I'll gladly take the Colts up to plus 9.5. I think they went outright. Brett Rippon, let's go. Plus 8.5. Scott, you said it earlier. He couldn't possibly be any worse than Russell Wilson has been for the Broncos this season. That Broncos defense is legit, despite the fact that their offense has been terrible. They've been in every single game. So we'll take the Broncos up to plus 8.5 against the Jets. And then I'm with you on the Niners, Scott. I love the Niners in this spot. Their physicality, the run game, the Chiefs defense. I love it all. We'll take the Niners up to plus 8. So there's your teaser, bonus money line parlay. Last week the Ravens screwed us up. We're gonna go back to them here against the Browns. They win, the Bucks win, the Cowboys win. There's more plus money for you. We're in like long shot territory now, guys. I'm starting to get up in that echelon. 5-0. We got a chance to go to 6-0 on teasers here.
All right, so whether it's Peter's picks, whether it's Danielle's picks, Scott's or mine, we are making you money today.
We'll make you a happy feller. I don't know if you saw this guy. There used to be a football player named Happy Feller, and that is my new nickname for Peter. Happy Feller. Food is happening next.
Yes.
That's my happy
I tell you what, let's win so much money, we can afford to get all the Roots Burger Bar that we want.
Look at that.
And they're going to join us next. I love when Danielle just blows off the show and goes over there and eats. Like she's like, you know what, I'm done with you guys. I'm going over to eat. Roots Burger Bar is in the house. We're going to tailgate next. Look at this spread of awesomeness right here. This is all Indiana Bets, and if you're new to the program, here's how we get down. We gamble, we drink, and then we eat. That's the order. Phil is here, Phil Wills, the general manager from Roots Burger Bar. JP is here.
JP, in the house.
My man. First and foremost, I'm looking at the branding that you've got on this burger. I'm sorry, that's amazing. That's awesome.
I love that.
So we brand all of our burger buns individually with a brander in the kitchen. All of our burgers come out with the brand. All of our non-burgers come out with no brand. We do quarter-pound smash burgers that we smash out onto the flat top.
I'm sorry, that's the way to eat a burger.
Yeah,
it is absolutely the way. It's a little crusty on the edges.
Crusty,
way to go.
Beautiful. And
I think Danielle has that tattoo on her lower back, actually, I think. I'm not sure.
it just has a D instead of an R. But here's how we do it. 1, 2, you ready, JP?
Count along with him.
Oh, my
look at that.
Goodness, beautiful hammer. I know you want to try this.
Please, pass it over here, man.
Oh, my
now,
gosh.
you got a couple locations, right?
We have 3 locations. We have our Muncie location right off Ball State campus. It was our first location. Then we have a location at 71st and Binford in Indianapolis.
Thank you.
I've been to that one. It's great.
Newly opened location on Carmel at 126th and Gray Road.
Now, this one, I got to tell you, this one caught my eye because did you get this recipe from the Tasty Freeze? You're sucking on a chili dog.
Just outside the Tasty Freeze. This is
Phil Mellencamp. Are you going by that now?
I mean, I'm going to play in Bloomington. It's all out in the open now. I mean, yes, I'm doing my first concert. These are chili cheese dogs with onions and mustard.
Look at the bun. It's not like a bun.
No.
It's like a, well, how do you describe this to you?
It's like a regular toast,
Texas
like a
toast or
bread
something.
Texas toast bun. We grill the sides of it.
This is amazing. So if somebody wants to get a big spread for an upcoming football game or whatever, how do they reach out? Can they order online? Give us the info.
We do DoorDash and Grubhub online. We do it for pickup as well. But if you want to do a big spread for tailgating, please give any one of our stores a call. Love to do catering packages for you. These are outstanding items to have at a tailgate right before a football game.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
No, keep going.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure they didn't take my burger.
This is it.
Don't worry,
This
there's
is the
plenty.
tailgate food right
I
here.
have lost track of all time.
I love
I'm
this
just
burger. I've
eating.
been here, and this is one of my favorites.
Thank
hey guys,
you so much.
Thank you guys.
Ruth Burger Bar. Go check them out. They are amazing. Good luck, everybody.
See you Saturday at 11.
Enjoy your
We'll be back
NFL
on
Sunday.
Sunday. Good luck
See you
on all
next
your
weekend.
bets, everybody. I'm going to keep eating.